Once again guys, Matt in this video. Today we are doing a speed test between the brand new iPhone XS Max on my left versus the iPhone X on my right. Now we're going to hop into settings here to clarify everything. So as you guys can see, we've got a 64 gig on both devices, iOS 12 as well, 9 applications on both, and 1 video. So we're going to close that. I'm going to spin these devices around so you guys can see the back of them as well. Got the brand new gold color on the iPhone XS Max. And on the iPhone X, we do have just the silver, as you guys can see. Alright, so we're going to start with a power down test. So I'm going to power these both down. Alright guys, so let's power these devices off. Now, I'm going to do a boot test, and I think the most fair way is I've got a power strip with both of these devices plugged in. And the count of 3, I'm going to plug it into the wall and see which one starts up first. So we're just going to make sure these are powered down, which they are. And on the count of 3, I'm going to plug them in. So 1, 2, 3. So there, the devices are plugged in, and they should boot up first. There we go. So XS actually started up first, and the 10's there. As you guys can see, a bit of a screen difference, 6.5 inch versus 5.8. And the actual iPhone X has started first, and the iPhone XS not too far behind, but the iPhone X did start first. Alright guys, so we're now actually going to start the speed test. We're going to go into various applications such as weather, maps, the App Store, the camera, just to see which one opens the application and is ready first. And then we'll start into a few more apps such as Geekbench, Imovie exports, and a few other games as well. So, alright guys, so just to double check, the app switches, we're going to clear them all, but we're not going to clear them after each application just to see how the RAM runs, because this has 4 gig of RAM and this has 3, so we'll see if this can keep the applications in the background running longer and not closing them. So on the count of 3, we're going to open the camera. So 1, 2, 3. So as we saw there, the iPhone XS Max 1 will go again. 1, 2, 3. They're pretty much the same. So not much of a big difference there. Now we're going to hop into the maps. 1, 2, 3. Again, not much of a difference at all. I don't want to close those, so let's get back into there. 1, 2, 3. Again, not much of a difference. So going to weather now. 1, 2, 3. Not much. There's pretty much no difference at all. So we can run that one more time. 1, 2, 3. Again, identical. Alright. Opening up the app switches so you guys can see that I haven't closed anything. Everything's still open. Alright. So next up, we're going to open the App Store on the count of 3. So 1, 2, 3. So the iPhone XS Max did win there, but again, not by much at all. So there's no difference. Pretty much no difference. 1, 2, 3. Again, pretty much the exact same. So now we're going to just hop into Safari and run a few tests in the web pages. So 1, 2, 3. Again, pretty much identical. So we do have a speed test folder here, as you guys can see. We've got The Verge, I think we've got CNET, Apple, and the New York Times. So we're going to run all those and see which one opens first. Now this just depends on which pretty much grabs the internet first, grabs the Wi-Fi. So that will be interesting to see. It's not really much of a detailed test, but we'll do it anyway. So on the count of 3, we open The Verge. 1, 2, 3. So again, iPhone XS Max, there you go, just finished, just ahead of the iPhone X. But again, nothing too significant. So next up, we'll run CNET. 1, 2, 3. So they're pretty much neck and neck right now. Not much of a difference at all. So the iPhone X, there we go. So the iPhone XS Max is finished. Maybe a second, if that, half a second difference. Now this is running obviously both iOS 12 and iOS 12 has done wonders. I don't know what I got out of that. So to be honest with you, as I'm seeing right now, there is not worth upgrading just for speed wise. But we'll keep going. 1, 2, 3. So pretty much, okay, so the iPhone XS Max just ahead there. And now with the New York Times, so 1, 2, 3. Again, pretty much identical. Now we'll go back, I just want to go back to The Verge. On the count of 3 again, we go 1, 2, 3. Alright, I just want to open up a web page in here and see which one goes first. So we'll just go here. 1, 2, 3. So again, like I've been saying, pretty much the exact same. So that is good. Both devices running well. iPhone 10 keeping its head up. It's not dropping at all. So next up, one Geekbench. I'm actually going to close just Geekbench and run that 1, 2, 3 again. 1, 2, 3. iPhone 10 one there. And the iPhone XS is still pretty far behind. Okay. So we're going to do a CPU test. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So I'll come back to you guys once this is finished. Alright guys, so they are the Geekbench scores there, as you guys can see. Now I'm going to close that and open up speed test. So 1, 2, 3. Now with speed test, I'm going to do obviously a Wi-Fi test on individual phones, not at the same time, obviously. So I'm going to do that, and then I also want to run a network test because this has new network bands in it, so this might be a tad faster. So I'm going to put my SIM card in and run that after I finish the Wi-Fi test. So first of all, let's run the iPhone XS Max on Wi-Fi. Alright guys, so the results are in. I did run the LTE test, 4G test twice on both devices, and Wi-Fi both twice as well. So first Wi-Fi test, we've got 80.1 and 1.8 upload, and here 78.1, 1.7 upload. Again, not much of a difference. LTE test, we've got 117 on the iPhone XS Max versus 28.5 upload, yep. And 107 download on the iPhone 10 versus 19 upload. So again, not much of a big difference there. It's pretty close. And then we did another LTE test and 97.4 download, 15.2 upload, 139 download, and 31.2 upload. I've just found that it's much more consistent on the iPhone XS Max. That might be due to the new antennas. I don't know. And then another Wi-Fi test. Again, that was pretty similar. So on Wi-Fi, they are pretty similar in speeds. On 4G or the network, it is a bit of a difference, but not too significant. Nothing that's going to stand out too much. So there are the speeds from speed test. Next up, we're going to open up Mario Run. Alright guys, I'm just opening up the app switcher so you guys can see that I haven't opened any other apps up. So we're going to get out of that, and we're going to run Mario Run on both devices. See which one just starts up quicker. So 1, 2, 3. So again, iPhone XS Max just a little bit faster loading that start screen. Now we're going to see which one hops into the game as soon as they're ready. So still both loading. Here we go. They are not much of a difference, to be honest with you, between both devices. They are pretty similar, neck and neck in most situations. Again, iPhone XS Max just a little bit faster, but they are pretty much the exact same. So I'm going to get out of that and go to Real Racing 3. So 1, 2, 3. Alright guys, so they're pretty similar. Like, there's not much of a difference, as you guys are seeing here. They're pretty much exactly the same. So let's swipe out of that. Go back into Asphalt 8. 1, 2, 3. Again, both same. So to be honest with you, if you think about upgrading to an iPhone XS Max for speed, I wouldn't do it. As of now, I haven't seen much of a difference at all between any of this. Look, the iPhone 10 just actually got ahead there, so not much of a difference there. Now, I don't know what this new game is. Galaxy on Fire, we'll try that one. 1, 2, 3. But from what I've seen, they are pretty similar. I think it just comes down to iOS 12 being so well optimized for older phones, and being the iPhone 10 only 1 year old, it's not much of a difference. So again, they are starting at the pretty much exact same time. So I'm just gonna let this load in. The iPhone 10 actually is getting ahead on a lot of these, but again, pretty much the exact same. So swipe out of that. Now next up, something interesting. We're going to go into iMovie. Actually, let me just close that and run a... Okay, so you guys saw there. 1, 2, 3. So pretty much exact same. I'm going to create a project, a movie, and I'm actually going to have... I've got a native 4K video that I've got on here. I've airdropped to my both phones. Create the movie. As you guys can see there, we've got a 4K movie. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Done. We're going to go here. We're going to export it in 4K straight to the camera roll. So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. see which one actually exports quicker, because this is probably an interesting test. See if the A12 Bionic chip is actually that much faster. Just in the looks of it, pulled ahead a little bit, but not much. So we'll come back to you when it's getting close to the end. Alright guys, the iPhone XS Max has just finished. And the iPhone X is still going, but again, I reckon that was maybe a 20-second difference between the both phones. Not much of a difference at all. And that was a 4:19 video, and it's exported fine. So, guys, I'm gonna open YouTube for the last one of the last tests. 1, 2, 3. Again, these are just some real-world tests, and as you guys can see there, the actual iPhone X actually opened first. And there's no point really clicking on a video because we all know how that's going to play, but you know what, I'm just going to go Mad Matt to my channel. So we're going to start a video on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. So pretty much exactly the same, a little bit faster than the iPhone XS Max, but not much of a difference again. Keep saying that throughout the video, but it really is not much of a difference. Twitter for the last one. 1, 2, 3. So again, they're both loading up, both loading. iPhone X actually won there, so guys, alright guys, so just check the app switcher so you guys can see that everything is exactly the same. Nothing has changed. So again, on the count of 3, we're going to open up... alright guys, so you saw the app switches. On the count of 3, we're going to open up Twitter one more time. 1, 2, 3. Again, because they're already open, it's pretty good with managing. Now, I'm going to open up one of the other apps and see if it still opens up. They're still in the app switcher, and see how the RAM is going with that. So go on weather. 1, 2, 3. Again, so they're pretty good like that. Alright guys, so that has been the speed test between the brand new iPhone XS Max versus the iPhone X. If you guys have enjoyed, make sure to smash the thumbs up button. Share it around with everyone so they can see this video. I think this should be one of the first speed tests in the world between these brand new phones. I'm going to get into a camera test so you guys can see the results from that. But the result from end of this, I would say if you're looking for a bigger screen, then I would upgrade if you want just a larger screen. But if you have an iPhone X, there are pretty much no differences whatsoever between speed-wise. So I would stick with the iPhone X if you like the screen size. There's no point upgrading to an iPhone XS unless you want the bigger screen from the XS Max. So if you guys have enjoyed, like I said, smash the thumbs up button and stay tuned for the camera test coming shortly.